Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and I'm going to have to edit this video on a train this morning. I am on my way to the Netherlands to commentate the One Piece European Internationals, and I need to leave in like 45 minutes. So I'm recording this super quickly, and then I'm going to edit this on a train, because I am so excited to show you all of these new secret rares. We got a bunch of new secret rares, including some cards we've never seen before. So let's start off with Minccino and Cinccino. We got amazing Shibuya artwork, and also I am a massive Cinccino fanboy. I have played a lot of Cinccino, and I'm a massive Gen 5 fanboy, so this makes me very, very happy. But is the new Cinccino actually any good? Are we just looking at this because it's amazing? And there's no shame in that. The artwork here is stunning. Or are we actually going, hang on a second, that's a little bit playable? Well, you know what? Yeah, it is a little bit playable. I'm going to be honest with you. 2 energy, and it does 70 damage for each special energy attached to this Pokemon. Now, yes, that is a little bit awkward on a stage 1, I grant you. But let's not forget that Lugia and Archeops still totally exist. They're from Silver Tempest. They're definitely going to survive the rotation. And we all know that at the moment, Lugia has taken a sharp downwards turn in terms of playability. I don't think anyone's arguing that Lugia is still actually like legit and good and all of that. But what I absolutely am telling you is that you know, you got Lugia's V-Star power gets Archeops out. Archeops accelerates 2 special energy during your turn. And then you're basically doing a guaranteed 280 with this. Honestly, if you attach one from your hand, you're then doing 350, which will literally KO anything. And then, of course, if you're doing that, you can start playing around with all of your special energy and playing all of those special energy, which give you all of those lovely advantages. Yeah? I'm just saying, this could actually, like, genuinely, legitimately be good. I'm not even joking. I know it's a stage 1 based around the awkward Lugia combo. I get it. But you attach 4 energy with 2 Archeops and you're hitting 280. Attach one from your hand and you're literally one-hit KOing anything. I'm giving this 4 Wassies. I think this is a genuinely, legitimately playable card. Wrapped in a super awkward deck, don't get me wrong. But does anyone think I'm not going to be testing this and desperately hoping it's good? Because I am. I absolutely am. Now, we do have a new Snom, which is coming in here with rather ridiculous artwork as well, which is absolutely stunning. We love this new Snom. And look, Snom itself, I have very little to say about it. 10 damage plus sleep, if anybody's wondering. The new Snom is not very exciting. No one's pretending the new Snom is exciting, but look at the lovely artwork. It's so good. We've also do have a Frosmoth in the set, incidentally. It's 2 energy, 100 damage, and the defending Pokemon can attack during your opponent's next turn. Again, this is not actually one that anyone is pretending is good by any stretch of the imagination, but I showed you the new Snom, and it just seems a little bit weird and rude at this stage to show you the new Snom without then also showing you the new Frosmoth. So now I have, and now you know. Yay! Now, we do have a new Drampa coming in with, I want to say this is a new artist. I'm not 100% sure, I could be wrong, but oh my word, this is very lovely artwork. And there's a Butterfree just randomly floating around at the bottom of the artwork here for no particular reason, and we got some kids riding the Drampa. Why? I don't really know. Why not? Why would you not ride a Drampa? I just think this is kind of awesome. So yeah, this is kind of cool. I have nothing else to add apart from the fact they're riding a Drampa. I do actually have something to add, though, in terms of, you know, telling you what it is that the card actually does. And this one is not completely terrible. We've got 3 energy, 100 damage, and if each of your bench Pokemon have damage counters on them, you deal 120 more damage. Now, this is another one of those Pokemon that I'm not telling you this is good, all right? I don't think this is a particularly great attack. I think it is awkward. But if you're playing something that damages your whole bench, or you're playing one of those stadiums that damages your Pokemon, or whatever, Yeah, this could actually end up being pretty gosh darn good. And I kind of love this, honestly. I don't think it's going to see a huge amount of play. I think it is a bit awkward and a bit gimmicky. But I also think that there is a little bit of potential here. And this actually makes me pretty gosh darn happy. And if nothing else, look at the artwork. Because seriously, look at the artwork. But we do have another pair of Pokemon coming in, and these could actually be very good in terms of playability. We have got ourselves a Deerling and a Sawsbuck, both done by Susumu Maya? Something along those lines. Apologies for the pronunciation there. I'd be able to read it better in Japanese, honestly. And we got another lovely pair of Pokemon, and like we tend to see here, because the artist has done the same ones, we've got a real lovely theme going on here. They look like a pair of Pokemon, and I love this. I love when Pokemon does this. I think it's absolutely lovely. But make no mistake about it here, we've also got a pair of very playable Pokemon. To be clear, I'm not saying the Deerling is playable. The Deerling is not particularly good. It lets you discard a grass energy from this Pokemon to deal 40 for free energy. Now, that's terrible. But the Sawsbuck here, we really like a lot. It just lets you search for a stadium. That's what it does. Once during your turn, search your deck for a stadium card and put it into your hand. And look, I know at the moment, we've got Department Store, which will let you search for a stadium. Fully aware of this. But that's a stadium that houses both players. This is a Pokemon, and bearing in mind Pokemon are inherently more searchable. And it's every turn, just go and grab yourself a stadium. I'm not saying this is some phenomenal card that's going to be a staple in every deck. It's not. But if you've got a deck which is really reliant on stadium cards, and it's important for you to have the right stadium every turn, this is more searchable than Town Store. And it doesn't let your opponent use it easily. And you know what? This could actually be pretty gosh darn good. So those are all the new Pokemon, but the good news is we've got some special illustration rare supporter cards as well, and we'll start with Bianca. Bianca is stunning. And look, they made a big point about Bianca in this set. I showed you that Bianca merch the other day. They like these sleeves, which are, coming out with the set. They're obviously pushing Bianca in this set. The fact that Bianca's getting a special illustration rare should not shock anyone. Well, on the sleeves, we saw Munna. And look what we've got on the card. We've got Musharna. Love this. Absolutely love this. I think this is brilliant and wonderful and awesome and amazing. Bianca's Devotion, if you haven't remembered, it is heal all damage from one of your Pokemon that has 30 HP or less remaining. Potentially, of course, a phenomenal card, but the fact that it's specifically from a Pokemon that has 30 or less remaining, I told you this is one of those cards where if you've got a deck that can search out individual supporters quite easily, this is great as a one-off. Love this as a one-off in decks that can search out your supporters. Because then if you ever end up in a situation where you have got a Pokemon with 30 HP or less remaining, this will be able to come in really nicely, and that will be awesome. Outside of that, there is an argument that this is a little bit too awkward, and I'm sorry. But look at the special illustration rare. So good. Oh yeah, we got a Morty with a Gengar as well. And I do think it's fair to say that people like Gengar. Morty, not sure how many people love Morty. Gengar, oh my, yes. It is Morty's Confident. It's a card I've not shown you before. It's only revealed for the first time today. And you have to discard a card from your hand to use this. You then draw a card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This is really good. This is really, really good. Of course, discarding a card from your hand can be awkward, but then, of course, you've got -1 card in hand, and -1 card in hand means that you're then going to draw an extra card, which is a good thing, incidentally. So we like that very much indeed. But then you draw until you got 5 after discarding, and there's plenty of cards that want to discard. I don't know, discard and then attached with Dark Patch, for instance. There's a million different examples. That is just one of them. But even if you're just getting rid of a card you don't particularly care about so you can draw an extra card here, it's great. Now, it's not perfect because, of course, if your opponent knows you're playing a Morty-based draw engine, well, they can just try and make sure that you're, not drawing many cards by limiting their bench. Okay, you know what? That is absolutely fair. As a tech, as an option, yeah, I love it. Because a lot of decks have to have 5 bench Pokemon out. A lot of decks are not going to be limiting their bench. Because a lot of decks aren't going to be able to limit their bench that much. But even, what you can do here is just kind of show your opponent you've got a Morty. So they go, ha 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 ha, I'm not falling for that. I'm going to limit my bench. And then you're like, brilliant. You're limiting your bench. So you're basically playing suboptimally. You're deliberately trying to hurt me by not filling out your bench. But you know what? You want to fill out your bench. So, yeah, you're hurting my Morty a little bit. But you're also playing in a way that you don't really want to play and hurting yourself. And you know what? That sounds fine by me. I like this. This seems kind of fun. I'm giving this one 4 Wassies as well. There we go. That's what you need to know. There are a bunch of new stunning secret rares from, well, it's going to be Temporal Forces for us. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me how excited you are. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Get us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And of course, get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Unknown One, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.